Part 28, Chapter 55. Terry tried the levers just to make sure they wouldn't move. They wouldn't, but she was arm-weary from clinging to the side of the train and looked around for something to use as a lever, a crowbar or even a good strong screwdriver. She stood and looked from the floor of the cabin to the walls of the window, and she gasped. The edge of Deacon's face was showing through the open window, the edge of his face and the barrel of his gun. "Put your hands on your head and turn around," Deacon said. Slowly. Terry obliged. When she was facing away from him, Deakins opened the door and stepped in. He saw Max, kicked him with the toe of his boot, then he smiled at Terry. "You just saved me $3 million, he said. "I owe you one." Terry said, "Shoot yourself and we'll call it square." Deakins turned her around and shook a finger at her. "You are an interesting person," he said. "Pesky, but interesting." "Thanks, and you're twisted." Deakins made a face. "Here I thought we had a mutual admiration thing going. Was I wrong?" "You're off by about a light year," Terry said. "It doesn't take talent to do what you're doing, just balls." "You're wrong about that," said Deakins. Still holding the gun on her, he walked over to the whistle and pulled the cord. "You may not approve of what I'm doing, but it took a lot of thought and ingenuity." "If you do say so yourself." "Correct," said Deakins. He let go of the cord and walked back towards Terry. "Hell, I pulled this together without my partner and good friend finding out. Now that is a sub-rosa operation." "Subhuman is more like it," Terry said. "Speaking of my partner, by now he should be my ex-partner, so it's time to move on." "What are you going to do?" Terry asked. "You obviously don't intend to be on the train when the bomb goes off. That chopper I saw on the flat car." "Exactly," said Deakins. "My ticket out of here. Wanna know where to?" "No." "A little cabin in the mountains to start. Lovely place. Nice view, no gnats. When we get there, I'll make 2 phone calls. The first one's to the Pentagon. I'm going to tell them where the train is." He grinned. "Some 1-star will scramble a few F-16s down here, but by then the train will be on the outskirts of Vegas. I'll remind them about the impact trigger. If they hit the train or try to derail it, the nuke will blow." "And they can't stop the thing," she said, indicating the levers. "No," said Deakins. "They can't. Not in time." "You said 2 phone calls," Terry said. "Right." He touched his head with his free hand. "The mind's going. Too much work for a non-type A like me. The second call's to my bank in Geneva. If I see big bucks in my account, I punch a few numbers on this." He slapped a leather pouch strapped to the side of his belt. "A remote shuts the timer, and I leave the country." If not, 500,000 people turn into a warm evening breeze, along with my commander-in-chief, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Terry said, "But I thought all the radio communications got fried. How will you—" "Detonate the bomb?" Deakins said. "Very good question. Microwave. It's not affected by EMP. Perhaps you saw the dish on the roof." "I saw it," she said. "So you see," said Deakins, "I really have worked this whole thing out, don't you think?" "I hope you don't expect me to applaud." "No," Deakins said. He suddenly turned and pressed the gun to her temple. Terry briefly considered trying to knock it away, but with her hands on her head, the only way she could hit it was down. That would still put a burst in her side or leg. "I do expect you to do something else, however," he said. Terry's eyes craned to the side. She watched his finger on the trigger. "I could live with taking out the president," Deakins continued. "I didn't vote for the dude, didn't like him when he was a senator. But 500,000 real people is a lot to carry on one's conscience. I'm not, as you put it, subhuman. So I'm not going to arm the nuke." "You're not?" she asked hopefully. "No." He leaned closer and whispered, "You're going to do it for me." Chapter 56. As she crawled along the outside of the engine to the first car, Terry briefly considered jumping from the train. Assuming Deakins didn't plug her, maybe she could find a cave or a hole or a rock to hide under. Maybe she wouldn't be disintegrated with the rest of the city. But her conscience wouldn't let her do it, not as long as there was a chance that she could do something to stop Deakins. All this death so one man could make some money, she thought. What was missing from his gene pool? Where did it all go wrong for him? They made their way through the boxcars to the last one, Deakins following 3 feet behind Terry, his gun pointed at her head. Even before they entered, Terry could smell the chicken shit. She walked in, saw the crates, the bomb, and the men, and realized it wasn't just the chickens that smelled. "Gentlemen," Deakins said, "I'd like you to meet a very industrious park ranger." He poked the gun into Terry's lower back. "Introduce yourself to my team, please." "Up yours," she said. "Thank you," Deakins said. "Come with me, Miss Yours. Or may I call you by your first name? I feel as though we've known each other for quite some time." Legs wobbly, Terry walked to where Deakins pushed with the gun, to where the bomb hung 3 feet from the floor of the car. The ceiling creaked as it swayed gently in its sling. She stepped up to the keypad. "Start inputting, up," Deakins said. 9-6 £. Terry repeated as she punched. 9-6 £. The numbers appeared in red on the display. "Good," Deakins said. "Now, 7 $1. Terry typed and said, 7 $1. "Now hit enter," Deakins said, "and you're all done." Terry stood there, staring at the keypad. She imagined that it was a touch-tone telephone, the house phone in a hotel lobby, a lobby in Las Vegas. People checking in, taking tours, heading to a chapel to get married. She saw porters, cab drivers, their families, their schools, their grocery stores. The images began to run like a watercolor in the rain, and then there was only bleached whiteness growing brighter and brighter until it was blinding. "Enter," Deakins said. "Do it now." Terry extended her finger. She touched cancel. The display went blank. Deakins sighed. You really shouldn't have done that." "I'm dead either way," Terry said. "So fuck you." "Well, yes," Deakins said. "It's difficult to argue with that." With a snarl, he grabbed a fistful of Terry's hair and pulled her closer. "There are good ways to die and bad ways to die. Good, for instance, might be getting nuked to atoms. Bad might be getting chopped up under the wheels of a speeding train. He looked at Shepard. Open the door. Shepard cocked a thumb at the sliding door on the side of the car. This one? Yes, that one. Deakins snapped. Up yours is about to be Oscar Mayered. Setting his gun down, Shepard threw the lock switch and pulled back on the handle. He hesitated and looked back. Boss, I don't know about this. She's a lady. A lady who killed your friend Max, Deakins said. Now open it. Shepard looked at her. You killed Max? Terry said nothing. Man, you are not any kind of lady, Shepard said as he yanked on the handle. The door rolled open, and standing behind her, Deakins pushed the stumbling Terry towards it. Good night, honey, the Major said as sunlight poured in, along with a sound that wasn't created by the train. Deakins looked out at the roar and saw the helicopter rotor churning right outside the door. His eyes narrowed as he saw Hale. The captain was kneeling in the open hatchway, an automatic trained on the boxcar door. Let her go! Hale yelled. Now! Deakins wrapped his left arm around Terry. He hooked his right arm around her as well, and with his right hand pushed the muzzle of the automatic against the soft flesh under her chin. Fly away, little man! Deakins yelled. Fly away now, or she dies! Captain, take him out! Terry yelled. The bomb's in this... Bitch! Deakins snarled and pulled the trigger.